In the following shapes, we're asked to calculate the area of the composite shapes. So in order to do this, we are going to split them up into different shapes, calculate each individual area, and then add them together. So the shapes that we're going to be looking at is these two, and also this one down the bottom. So this first one. So our first step, we're going to split it into two different shapes. Now there's multiple ways to do this. We are going to just draw a straight line through the middle, because then we've got our measurements that we need. So we have our measurements for this shape being 4 and 4, and the measurements for this shape being 8 and 4. So I'm going to label them as shape 1 and shape 2, so that when I go to calculate the area, I can say I'm finding the area of shape 1 plus the area of shape 2. Now inside the shape, I'm putting my working out for my shapes. So shape 1 is 4 times 4, which is a square, and shape 2 is 8 times 4, so the rectangle. So my area for this is going to be 4 times 4 plus 4 times 8. Working out these, I get a result of 48. The second example is this almost upside down ice cream cone. So we have potentially 2 or 3 different areas. I'm going to calculate this using 2 different areas. So area 1 being the big triangle at the top, and area 2 being the half circle at the bottom. So the big triangle at the top has a formula for a half base times height, which in this particular case, what you need to note is that the base is not 6, which is the radius, it's actually 12. So it's double the radius, or indeed it's the diameter. So it's going to be a half times 12 times 9. A half of 12 is 6, so 6 times 9 is 54. So that's area 1 done. Now area 2 is a half a circle. So our full circle is pi r squared, half a circle is a half pi r squared. So we've got a half pi where our radius is 6, so 6 squared, which means that we're going to have 18 pi as our end answer. Now to calculate this, we're going to calculate the area 1 and area 2, add them together to give a result of 110.55 meters, and then it's also meters squared as our units. The last example is a shape that we can split into 3 different shapes. So we're going to have 2 triangles and then a rectangle. I'm going to put in my measurements. These measurements are already found there, but I'll put them in so that they're clearer for each of those shapes. So I'm going to have area 1, area 2, and area 3. So area 1 is a half base times height, where my base is 15 and my height is 7, giving me a result of 52.5. My second area is also a triangle, so I'm still going to use that formula of a half base times height, but my base is going to be 8 and my height is going to be 9. A half of 8 is 4, which means that I have an end result of 36. My third area is a rectangle, so 15 times 8, giving me a result of 120. So the total area of this entire shape is when I add them all together. So when I add them all together, I get 208.5 meters squared, which is my area of this composite shape.